Hi everybody, my friends in Austria. Hope all is well. We're moving into August now. You've had a pretty wet and challenging July, um, but I think we're starting to see some good weather. I'm just going to click on dashboard and update all the information. As I've always said, doesn't hurt just to continually update and make sure you're right on top of it. What I'm going to do is just have a quick look at my spray diary and just see where we're up to with sprays. Get a good idea of when the last time was we sprayed, and then I'll go back to the dashboard and review the weather. Looks like we put on a spray on the 7th of August, just a sulfur and a potassium silicate. So I don't think there were any downy mildew concerns at that stage, just sulfur. So that's great. 7th of August was just 3 days ago. Happy with that. Let's have a look right now. If I just hover over the traffic light system for each day, I just hover over that orange uh, um, indicator. It'll say 39% downy mildew, 52% powdery mildew, 39% botrytis, 24% ascospores, with an average of 39. So you'll actually be able to see what they are just by scrolling over that. Even though orange is a warning sign, it's not red. Red is react, orange is warning, and green is you probably can relax. If you don't want to go and actually have a look at the actual chart, you can just scroll across here and look for anything that's quite significant. I'm focusing on ascospores and downy mildew, and it's getting a little bit close. I think when you go back to the MITVOC, oh, that reminds me. But if you go to MITVOC, you'll see downy mildew is 38%. That's getting up there. Let me change that to German for my German-speaking friends. But to be honest with you, that's quite a pleasing looking little traffic light system, warning system there. Let's have a look at the climate overview to see what irrigation pressure we're under. Very little rainfall this week. Great. Evapotranspiration, it's still mediocre, like those threes. Anything below 3 is a little bit of a, any 3 is very low. Anything below 3 is considered low. And you haven't got any extreme vapor pressure deficit data there. So I'm pretty happy with the irrigation. Don't think, given how wet your July was, I don't think we need to be concerned about that. And let's race over to your disease modeling or disease risk models. And to be honest with you, downy mildew, it's all looking pretty good there. I'm going to ignore that because if you haven't got the ascospores in play, then really that's not an issue. And if you're on top of it, you're fine. If you're not on top of it, this is when this is significant. But just remember, you guys are going into color change, veraison, and the pressure starts to come off here a little bit. So we'll go straight over the ascospores, and those are great. You don't have much to worry about. I think for this week, I wouldn't be too concerned about the weather. Let's have a quick look at some tables. If you were to irrigate, let's say you put some water on in the last 7 days, let's have a quick look and see what we're looking at for irrigation. You can see, yikes, yeah. Where's this? Oh, wrong county. That's why that looks so dramatic. Switch over to Austria again, get away from Margaret River in Western Australia here. Update this information. Now we're sitting ETO of about 38 over the last 7 days, and you've actually had 15 mils of rain. I'm going to change that to 50% replacement value. Your canopy is 100, Actually, I'm going to change that to 60%, given that you're at Verizon. 100. Let's have a look at what 1 hectare looks like with a row spacing of 3. And it's saying 9 litres per metre required. That's a pretty small amount of water. I think we can live with that, given the fact that we've had a lot of rain over July. If we go to the BEDD calculator, bud burst, I think, for your rock gip flow was towards the end. I think it was the 21st, no, 18th maybe, 18th of April. Let's hit calculator. So it's 114 days into the season, and it says you're at 771. If you're wondering what that means, this is a little graph to let you know how your season's been going. It's been pretty consistent from about, what's that date there? May the 31st through to where we are now. There's a couple of drops there where the days are a bit cooler, but it looks pretty consistent to me. And if you're wondering 771, where that sits in the season, what we're probably chasing for rock gipfler is 1150, the 12 number. I haven't got rock gipfler in here, and if you want to compare it to something, I would probably try and compare it to, I wouldn't say a Viognier, but Chardonnay. I think, we're getting comparable to a Chardonnay. So we're 1150, so we're about 400 away, really, aren't we? 400 BEDD units away. So we'll keep track of that. At the moment, I'm picking harvest to be 4th of October. So we've had a look at the weather. You've had plenty of rain, no need for irrigation. Your ETOs are nice and low. As far as disease modelling is concerned, it's looking pretty good this week. As long as you're on top of it now, I think you can relax a little bit this week as well, especially going into Verizon. Have a great day, guys.